at this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Super Mater Brothers episode. We're doing Big Brother 25, the Week 6 Eviction episode, episode 19, recap and analysis. I'm Jaemeel Robinson. Obviously, I'm not a Mater, but to the right of me is, and that is Jeff. Hello, Jeff. How are you doing?
Howdy.
What an episode, folks. If you didn't see it, well, we're going to spoil it for you anyways. Izzy heading straight out the door, did not tell the secret, but there was a little bit of a little bit of fireworks as she left. It wasn't just a normal exit. There was a little bit of heat, and I appreciated that.
No. You'll be joining me.
Well, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did she not push Cameron?
She did.
Okay. I'm like, wait, what? And people could say, oh, well, it was just like a tap on the chest. I don't know. If I was Cameron, I would have been like, oh, I'm injured. I think you don't get paid. You don't get the money that you're gonna forego the money that you got for being on the show because you assaulted me. You put hands on me.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff with Izzy, and we'll go into the whole moratorium of her BB game. But like overall, I just found her extremely unlikable on the show. and the ending, like I do appreciate like the drama. And at least she stayed true to her character at the end or whatever. But like at the same time, it was just like, this is why you went home. You know, like this vendetta you had against Cameron and could not hide it at all. It's exactly why you ended up leaving. You know, even though it wasn't like the house was like fan of Cameron, but they figured out your whole plan. You played yourself as I forget who said in the DR messages, but you know, like not a good player. Okay, like overall, as a Big Brother player or survive, like, but they were like anointing her as she was this great player and so smart. And like, please.
Well, I think smarter, better, but she wasn't good. She wasn't great. Like she wasn't like changing the game like in any form or fashion at all. A lot of her power came because she had a group, and that group was solid because two of them were connected due to blood, and she was connected to them because she knew their secret. So it was a bond that wasn't going to break, right? It was an advantage that other people did not have, and she had it. And what we saw here is comeuppance for, I think, all of them for playing way too loose in terms of their alliances. You cannot have an alliance with everyone. You cannot, because later down the line, people are going to talk, going to compare notes, and once it happens, everything falls apart. And that's what we saw.
Well, yeah, and that's the whole thing is like I think Sari knew at the moment that Cameron won HOH, and we got to see that moment again tonight because I think it all went through her head that she was like, this is bad news. Regardless of even she got put on the block, she was just like, oh no. Because if anyone else pretty much won the HOH, they could have controlled the narrative. They could have compartmentalized everybody into different rooms and really kind of figured out how to go forward. But once Cameron got it, and then I think there was like, in the back of their mind, they were like, they're going to put us up, you know, and Sari, I think, knew it. And then I also think Jared probably knew it too, because he had just put him up as well. So, it all roads pointed to this kind of happening. But like, I'm so glad it did, because a lot of times in a season like this wouldn't have happened until well into jury, and then it would have been too late. And then, no, give it to me now. Much prefer it. I'm enjoying it.
Izzy would have been the huge cheerleader for Sari and Jared in the jury house. It would be so annoying, and people wouldn't understand why this would be the case. This is certainly a Mater Brothers episode, because we have both Mater Brothers here. Dave joining us after a wonderful episode of Star Trek Lower Decks. Thank you for joining us, Dave.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, sorry, I had to catch up here. I came off that podcast at 9, and this was an early episode of Big Brother 25. And then we go from 8 p.m. tonight, and then it's going to be on 10:30 p.m. on Sunday. Get ready for that.
I still feel salty about this. But let's first, Dave, what are your thoughts about this episode? Your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts, I'm glad Izzy was evicted. I am satisfied with this result. Totally satisfied.
Like you just had a nice steak dinner.
Yeah. Like this was what I wanted to happen, and it did. So I thought I would have been mad if it didn't happen after as much as they set it up in this episode. Everything with Corey and everything. Like if it turned around and then they had voted out Felicia, I'd be like, what? Like
what happened? And she's like, stay tuned for Sunday where we get the details as to why everything switched back.
I have to say though, I was disappointed that it wasn't a blindside. Like Suri and Jared knew. Jared voted to I haven't caught up in what happened in terms of like spoilers or anything like that, so I'm just speculating, but I have to believe that Jag told Blue, right? Blue got pissed off, told Jared, right? So that's why Blue was given the sass. Right? I don't think so. I think she was happy to vote out Izzy.
I'm pretty sure she was happy to. Like she was only there because of Jared in terms of like their relationship with it. But let's talk about the catalyst of all of this. And although many people may say the catalyst was Corey, it was actually America's move. Sam joins us in the chat and he's like, this is my girl's move. Sam, you are absolutely correct. This is not Corey's move. This is absolutely America's move.
Yeah.
Do you all agree?
I think she's the catalyst for it all. I think that Corey did some legwork on her behest, because they are sort of a showmance, and I think that he may have not have been is empowered to do this without her support or her sort of initiative. So, and I feel like you saw here that a lot of these house guests had problems with Izzy. I think like Blue had a very enthusiastic vote out for her in tonight. And even like people like Jag, who I think had a good relationship with her, was like, I gotta like cut you loose. That you're just too much of a wild card in this game for me. You're not loyal to me. I can tell. It took us a while to figure it out, but I think and Sari too. I think that they're on to her whole game. Now, and I think she's in trouble.
I think Sari's. No, go ahead, Corey. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
I was saying that she lost a stronger ally. In this vote tonight. Felicia's gonna be harder to work with in terms of being successful in the game. I think in terms of winning competitions, even or having a lot of sway.
You don't think she's gonna win this competition? I think she's gotten a lock.
You think? I was like, is Felicia gonna go out before they go to like the end of broadcast tonight?
I will tell you that she was not the first person eliminated.
Oh, so okay, so you know the result.
When I last checked, they were down to 3.
Yeah, we know the 3.
You know the final 3. Okay, well I don't need to know yet, but we'll get to spoilers. But last night, you told me that it looked like was Felicia going to get voted out. That's how the house was standing. Did
I say that? I didn't. I didn't say that.
You said it was turning.
You said it could turn though, and I was like, "This is too good to be true, Jaemeel. I don't want to believe." And so I mostly wanted to just hear the negatives. And then I was watching this episode, and like Jaemeel said that they were going to probably, if Sari, I was just kind of expecting Sari to get her way in the end, I guess, and I'm glad that she didn't. I think that, but Jared still got to be on this side of the vote. Sari must have. This was a pity vote to Izzy, basically that.
Wait, what? I think there is a winner. I'm not going to mention it, but I'm just verifying.
Okay. All right. Well, that's exciting, but okay, let's get through the episode proper and then we can get into that stuff. But
I need to verify the information before like anything. Anyways, I just feel that America knew who she needed to really push to get things going. She got the information from Cameron, and then she was able to go and have that conversation with Corey and really get Corey to think about things and put things in perspective. And then she set him loose. And it was like she was just, sitting back and let him go, right? Like Corey put in work, definitely, but I don't think he would have done this or gone to this point until later, as Jeff was mentioning, right? Without America giving him that push and that support.
Yeah, I felt like America was kind of like the coach, and Corey was like the quarterback.
Second string, maybe, though. I don't know. Like, if he was
okay.
He's a work in progress. He's an up and coming prospect.
Yeah. He's a work in progress for America. She's molding him into the perfect boyfriend.
He's like the young guy on the Jets that Aaron Rodgers just got hurt, and now she's got to mold this new kid.
This is the Aaron Rodgers replacement here in Zach Werdenberger. That's
we got a question from the chat. Sam says, do you think we will have a split house twist like last season?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But what, guys? I think the other sort of revelation in this episode was that we're only having 7 people on the jury this year, which is I think is good. 7 only. So there's 4 more people to be evicted before we will get to the jury phase.
Bums me out because Dave, like, can you give us your thoughts on Izzy's whole "oh no, y'all see you soon" Cameron thing? because I wanted him to make jury just to shove it in her face.
Yeah,
because all she cared about was Cameron's fate.
You don't? I think he's making jury. I absolutely think Cameron's definitely going to make jury.
Why do you think definitely? I don't know, but
I don't know if definitely. I think he has got a chance, but like it's.
I think he's got it.
He's got to survive 4 evictions.
Yeah, it's a lot of evictions.
Look, Felicia's in the house. She's not long for this world, right?
Well, one of Jared and Sari, I don't think will make that jury. Then that's what I think will happen.
Right.
I agree. It makes sense to me.
So yeah, like there's going to be a double eviction next week. So we'll have 3 people gone by this time next week. More people. So then will only be 1 more eviction after that. Right? No, actually, no.
Okay, I'm just like you're mathing.
I'm wishful thinking. Can we get to day 80 already? No, we're still in day 44. So
by the time the month is done, we'll be in jury.
We're not even technically halfway, guys.
7-person jury. I mean, did they used to do that low of a jury in Big Brother?
That's what they said. Yeah, like she's like, we're going back old school. We're going 7-person jury. Like,
I mean, I really wish they would do that in Survivor and go back to Final 2 in Survivor and do like the smaller jury, because it is better. Like it is more intimate. But the problem is, a bunch of people you forget who the hell they ever were, in the season. Like they become irrelevant.
Yeah.
Right. Well, can you remember the people who got voted out of this season? Like, do you remember Kirsten?
Kirsten, my pick.
Yeah, I got to remind myself who Kirsten.
Kirsten, Luke, then
there she is. Her.
Yeah, Kirsten, Luke, then Hissam, then Red. Did I miss anyone?
Jag was voted out, but he came back, and now Izzy. So
yeah, Izzy.
Right. So yeah, it's been I feel like this was I think this needed to happen tonight, guys. This Izzy vote out.
Yeah.
I think the season needed. I think this house needed. I think they're coming to their senses. They're like, what are we going to let them do? Just vote us all, pick us off one by one? Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, and like they were right. They were using them as tools to kind of like exactly what the Paul playbook, where it was like, no, we're in an alliance, we're good, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're gone.
Right.
Like it's the oldest trick in the book of Big Brother, and it was nice to see like the house finally kind of go, let's not do that. Like, like Izzy's the bigger threat. Why are we going to vote on Felicia? Why? Because Sari wants us to? No. Like
because she's so nice. Right? She's so nice.
But the starstruck is wearing off, right?
Well, I don't think it's just about that, but I think it's also like the people I hope are finally kind of going like, why am I voting against my interests? That was what was so frustrating about like that Paul season, because like you knew they knew everything they were doing was stupid, yet they still did it. You know, so
They-
Like, who is he working with? Like Matt and like who? Think about who
Raven.
was Josh and Raven.
Raven.
Like, think about who was in that season. Like
Oh,
you know,
man.
it was not great.
But here's the thing, though. The people that Paul worked with, just like McCall knows what's going on. You hear it in her, like even her eviction speech or her
they're
vote.
all a bunch of liars, cowards.
Liars and cowards.
Cowards, liars, and
So
snakes.
why didn't she do anything? She wasn't the one who spoke up, right? Oh, she can speak up in the in the pantry all day long and talk ish, but she's not making change. She was floating along, right, and seeing where she was going to land up, and it just so happens that people went and took her on another boat, right? She was floating in the ocean, right? She was at the whims of whoever was in power. So
Yeah.
I think that's a little disingenuous to talk smack all of a sudden now that the shoe is on the other foot.
Wow.
Okay. Did Izzy assault Cameron? Is the question that Jeff was really looking to ask.
Right.
When she slapped him, on the chest.
Yeah, coming back to the whole Izzy Cameron thing.
No class, Cameron said.
No class.
Yeah, or he said class act or something.
Class act,
Mhm.
which
Yeah,
is
he's
appropriate.
Yeah, your class act. I think I don't know why she felt that was necessary for sort of the
Because she couldn't let it go that
Yeah.
that her whole game was I'm gonna beat Cameron, and then Cameron beat her. I mean, she went home on his HOH,
Yep.
and then she tried to switch the narrative that like, no, I'm doing this to save Suri, and then Jared wins the veto and chooses not to save anyone. It was amazing. Like it was the way it all played out.
It was a good week. This was a good week.
Yeah.
And the person crying in the background was Corey, right?
Corey. Well, she called Corey. I'll see you later, Pipsqueak, or something like that. Is that what she said to him?
I think so. But I think that was more in a friendly thing because you could see Corey was really shaken up by it. At the end, you see the last sequence. If you go back, you'll see him kind of like tearing up on the stool by the kitchen. Like he was really like Izzy and Corey had a really strong relationship. The problem is that Izzy's hand was in way too many cookie jars, and that information where Matt being in the not Matt, Suri being in the challenge and not letting him know really hurt him.
Well,
It made sense though why Matt knew though. It did make sense.
But why didn't the show us all of Izzy's kind of like sloppy play, because like I don't know, I felt like the edit like really protected her because
Until tonight.
Even tonight, like
even tonight, they were pretty. The way that they've been dragging Miss Felicia,
Right. Yeah.
giving her a kind of dodo edit. They
Right.
could have done the exact same
for sure.
thing.
I agree with that. And they've been giving us Izzy, I'd say, a more heroic edit, or something. Like it's been, but I don't know what she's crusading on behalf of exactly. Like, but it's like against Cameron, this villain who of the house. But I don't know. It's weird and complicated, I think.
If CBS knew how this week was going to play out, Cameron would be getting such a hero edit. It'd be insane.
Right. But they were they don't know what to do with him, I don't think, in terms of.
Well, they're probably hoping that he's going to be gone.
We'll see. I think 4 evictions is a lot too, or 3 evictions, I guess.
3 evictions.
3 evictions.
Next
That's just to
thing.
get a jury. Then you got to get past that part too. Anyway, it's not even like you're in the clear.
So why it was the fact that Suri told Matt and not Corey? We all understand why.
That was one. Yes, I understood why. But that was the big mistake. But the other thing was Izzy tells Corey about the 7 deadly
The 7
sins.
deadly sins.
She does this on day 20 or something, right?
Yep.
This was some time ago, like weeks, as Corey says in the episode. Why did she do that in the first place? Because that seems to be what, like, he has this knowledge, but he doesn't use it for a while until he finds out about this competition thing, and that he's not as close to Suri as he thinks he is, and then he's like, it's sort of like the two ingredients together, created this catalyst.
You're missing the catalyst.
Plus America.
Plus America, who doesn't like Izzy, and that wasn't really explained, I think, in the show, why America and Izzy were at odds.
Well, America and Izzy and Jared, because Jared has repeatedly thrown America under the bus, has thrown America under the bus to Jag, to Cameron repeatedly. Doesn't like the fact that America is getting too close to Cameron. Doesn't like the fact that America is getting too close to Corey.
Well, and then the other catalyst that we haven't even talked about tonight was when America went to talk to Cameron tonight, and Cameron put it together that Jared's not on his side, and that he was a double agent the whole time in Cameron's head. Like that is also another catalyst. A bunch of things had to happen for like the dominoes to all fall over, but it was good that it did, because then it kind of like it brought the whole house together in a weird way.
This episode should have been the 2-hour episode, and all the dirty laundry should have been when America talked to Cameron and said that Cameron was a target. Should have showed clips of why Cameron was a target. When Cameron realizes that Red was turned against Cameron due to Jared, they should have showed clips of that. Like, this is the information we need to see, how well or what things are happening in the house. And the fact that they didn't do that, instead we saw the buddy games for like 45 minutes yesterday.
Buddy games.
Right? Seems like we're worst off from television viewers. We are, right? In terms of a narrative, a story, this was the gotcha moment. This is the end of the heist, and the bad guy starts getting all the information as to what exactly, the criminals were doing, right?
Right.
In it.
Yeah, well, I think like Cameron is a player because he gets this gift from America, because she has a particular motive, that he figures this thing out about Jared. Now, ultimately, like, it's a little late in the game, but it doesn't really matter but you see Jared wanted to put Jag up. Like, he was like, put Jag up as the replacement nominee, right? And Cameron's like, Jag? Like, it's, well, right? But it was not Suri. Like, he was not down with the Suri plan. He says that Jared works for Suri. It's even more complicated than that, but that's come together. But will it matter? I don't know. Like, it depends on who has HOH next, and what is the result. So, I think there's a lot of questions. And look at the wall competition. I think that will be interesting to see.
Are you excited about the wall competition coming back?
I don't know.
Attack of the 50-foot meatball.
Yeah, the whole Josh of it all tonight with the meatballs, and I don't know. He was he's on the challenge now all the time. That guy. That's the season with Paul that we kind of go back. Remember that crap season? Remember when Christmas and all of them were around? It was so. I don't hold it. I'm glad that Josh won it so that Paul didn't. That's really the best thing about Josh. So when I think about BB19. But it wasn't like it was a lot of the best players in that season got voted out pre-jury.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes.
That's how it goes sometimes, where, and that leaves it for a much, I think you get a disappointing season. The only reason why we care about that season is because of the big twist at the end. Right? But if it was Paul winning, it would have been like, this is such a terrible season.
Yeah, no, it would have been a terrible season in retrospect if we had,
Only because of Christmas. Christmas ruined that season.
Christmas in particular.
Yeah, it wasn't even Paul so much. It was Christmas that made that season infuriating.
Right. Because she was so dedicated to Paul winning. She was like, and then...
Yeah. I hate that. I hate when players are so dedicated to someone else winning. That's what Izzy was going to be.
Izzy was going to be the next.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be awful because she was like going to do whatever it took to make Sari win.
Right.
And I like Saria too. I want Sari. You gotta earn it.
Sari doesn't need that much help. She doesn't need like a disciple. So I'm glad that Izzy got voted out for that reason.
She already has one. Her son is in the house.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
and nobody knows. And the only one who knew,
a more competent disciple.
She could have burned them down. She could have on the way. I was wondering if as she was leaving the house tonight, whether this information was going to come out. Nope. You know, she kept it. She took it to her grave, her big brother grave. As Julie said in the interview.
God, the dramatics.
Her speech tonight, and then her interview with Julie is just like, I don't know.
Oh, you didn't laugh?
She's not likable. Like
I was cackling with laughter during her thing where she's trying to keep it in.
Oh, yeah, she was
so great.
She's wearing a humiliating pig costume, and she was.
The camera just zooming in at her face and just stayed there way too long, and just see her jaw tremble. Oh my gosh, I was living for it.
But I wasn't I wasn't feeling sympathy, or I wasn't like my empathy was not there because I just
it wasn't there for me. I was howling, and they're like, I would come back again. I'm like, we're not going to ask you to come back again.
I would come back again. She could play Survivor. I could see her on that.
Oh no, she's second boot. She's second boot.
Well, she probably is, but you know, I was watching Survivor 30. I'm going on a tangent here, but Survivor 30 the other day, which was the white collar, blue collar, no collar season.
The Dirty 30.
The Dirty 30.
Yeah, Dirty 30, yeah.
And then I was trying to figure out why they didn't vote out Shireen. It's still like looking back on that season now in the episode, like the first episode, I'm like, why did you vote out Shireen? She totally botched the puzzle. But they're like, no, we have to either vote out So or Carolyn, and ultimately it was So. But it was, I don't know,
because she was the Asian woman.
I think it's because she went to the woods with the other guy for the
sure
yeah.
You know, like that happened a lot, especially in those early seasons, early, but like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like it was always like, who's the one minority, and like that they always went out first. Like it just happened that way, you know.
Dave, here's an interesting fact about Suri. Now, how long is the Survivor season? Typically,
well, in her day, it used to be 39 days.
39, yeah.
And
now it's like 29.
And how many days has it been so far in the Big Brother house?
44.
Oh wow!
Yeah. No, I don't think it's 44 yet. I think
today was day.
Is it 44?
44. Today was day 44. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, her charm is up. You know, usually lasts for 30-something days, and it did work for 30-some days.
37 days. That's
just want to remind everybody that we are not even at day 50 yet. This is a 100-day season. Like, we are not even halfway. So
I do feel like there's some truth to that, because I do think Sari is used to the fast-paced Survivor game. Like, she would do good on this new version of Survivor. I think she would do much better, because eventually people catch on to her game.
Mm-hmm.
And her game is like, she's really good at making you feel good about yourself, and like she was doing it to Izzy. You saw it like in last episode.
She's a Fields forever.
Yes, but
does she return Izzy's calls after the season?
She's in the family now. She's going to the family reunions. You can't like not have her there. Like I would say, like which branch of the family are you from?
What table is she going to be sitting at is going to be the real story.
She's going to be like, you know what? Go see Jared. You're closer to him. He's in Jersey. You know. Go see him. You know, I'm down in Carolina. You're still part of the family, but you can go see Jared.
South Carolina, yeah, that's where she's these days. But I think that Sari's game never gone past 39 days for sure. She never won, but in Survivor,
she did
win that. She won the Traders though.
Day 38, I feel like twice. Or day 37. She did it twice. I'm pretty sure in Micronesia and in her first season.
37 days, and it's usually up.
That's when
her charms only work for that long.
So Survivor Panama, she lasted 36 days.
36.
Yeah. Then Micronesia, she was 38 days.
Yeah.
There you go. 37 average.
Heroes versus villains only 11.
Yeah, she did do that. Heroes Tribe was a mess.
Yeah.
And then Game Changer, she lasted 36 days.
See,
And that was
again,
that was the what's it Idlegeddon.
that was the automatic vote out thing.
Yeah, so she didn't even get voted out in that one. She just automatically
It
lost.
says votes against 0, but still didn't win.
Yeah. It's just maybe the most tortured player of any of these reality TV shows because she's gotten to the end almost 3 times and never even got a chance for anyone to vote for her. And if she had, she probably would have won all 3 times.
If she got that final speech in like the final 2,
yeah, she would have crushed it.
She just had such a good story.
She always got cut right by the end, right? Like except for Heroes or Villains, but she was 6th place and 3rd place and 4th place.
Okay. Call me bad. I don't understand if you're going to end up playing Survivor so many times and you can't hire a personal trainer, right? Hire Joe, right? Jeweler Joe, and just have him like just
from the No Color Tribe. You know, he get in shape.
Jeweler Joe or Ozzy just to run you through so you become the best player you can be because you got the social down, right? Come back like you get one of those Hollywood, trainers and you just, become jacked.
Let's say you did, though. Let's say you did all that. You got jacked, but you get out there and then you're on the season with Jonathan, and it doesn't matter how much you trade. He will always be stronger and better because he's run up the mountain since he was 3.
But everyone hated Jonathan.
I know.
So it was perfect.
But if you think, you just want to like get a jacked for the, I guess the competition so you can win more and stuff.
She has to win one. If she could win one competition, like one.
Has she ever won a competition?
I don't think she's ever won a competition.
It says challenge wins 5. Yeah, in her respect, like is part of a team.
Group. She's never won an individual challenge. I think
she has no individual immunities ever.
We'll check the history. I'm pretty sure.
Challenge history. She's got a lot of losses. In her So in her first challenge history. Wow, that's a lot of losses. She
I don't think she ever won any immunity.
I don't think she's ever won an individual immunity. And at this point, with that many chances at the bat, you should have at least won one.
This is an incredible legacy of losses.
You know what? Her son doesn't have that curse.
If this was a batting average, this would be like maybe 150.
But she's very similar to is Sandra. I always compare her to Sandra because they're almost the same player.
Right.
And I don't think Sandra ever won anything.
Never needed to.
No, I think Sandra's won at least one.
An individual immunity? I don't think so.
Maybe in Heroes Villains. I think in Heroes Villains she did, but near the end, I can look that up.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if she did, I'll be surprised. Maybe it was one of those, kind of shuffle things, or I don't know. You look at it. I don't think she's ever won anything. If she has, it has to have been a fluke.
She has sort of a similar look. Yeah, so in both Suri and Sandra's cases, they win early as part of a tribe. But once they get into individual challenges and more smaller group reward challenges and immunities, they lose.
And they also get further in the game because they're not threats to win competitions.
Right. So they win as part of a bigger team, right? Their tribe did well in the beginning.
Sure, and they're good socially. But the thing about all these games is everyone always looks around, who's the bigger threat? Who's the bigger threat? Who's the bigger, that's always what happens.
No one ever says Suri.
Well, that's why Felicia, she's going far in this game. Because now there's no
because she survived this. Now that she survived this vote, but she has survived a few votes, and I think she does have a good story. I think they will look at her as a jury threat eventually. Not yet.
She's final 5. I think she's going to the final 5 in this.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm so glad it wasn't her voted out in this. I think that would have been a mistake. Save the season. I like
Well,
this tonight because it would have been worse, you know. Yeah.
But I think like Felicia, like she's in the role. It's kind of funny because if I was Saria, I'd be like we got to get Felicia out, you know, because
does she need her anymore?
No,
Yeah, like
Saria normally plays the Felicia role in the season,
right. It could have two Cerise. So
well, now Saria is this big threat, you know, but she never was viewed that way, even in like her third and fourth seasons of Survivor, because there's always someone better at competitions and you know,
bigger
all those
social player and
bigger, not even bigger, but getting immunity idols, all those things. And Cerise doesn't play like that. You know, Cerise is all about relationships. That's how she plays,
making people feel good. Like, you know, she's the hero version of Sandra Diaz-Twide because they played on the same season, Heroes Villains.
That's right.
Right. But Sandra was the better version.
Well, and the villain tribes did much better than the hero tribe.
Yeah.
The hero tribe was a mess, you know. So what wasn't really? I won't put that on Saria as much that season because that tribe sucked, you know. Compared to the villain tribe was stacked, you know, competition wise in the challenges. They had Boss and Rob, they had Russell, they had Coach, they had they had a bunch of people on they had Tyson, they had Parvati. Like the hero tribe had like Rupert and JT and like Colby and like it just wasn't as stacked.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah, that's. Yeah,
I don't think she won either.
I don't think Sandra's ever won anything, but she won the game twice because you fit into this role. And Big Brother, it happens too, where you get too far enough in the game. And then no one looks at you as a threat anymore because you're either old or you suck at competitions. Like Dr. Will famously hacked this in season 2 of Big Brother because he's like, I'm just going to throw everything because I won't be viewed as a threat. And it worked. He was never viewed as a threat.
How though? Like he seemed like
he threw it. He was not a threat.
What about his social game?
Well, people didn't look at that as important back then. Okay. And they still kind of don't when you're in the game. You don't really look at that as the biggest threat. What you look at the biggest threat is who's going to get power and who's going to decide my fate.
Right.
But
I wouldn't even worry about that.
Well, that's what Dr. Will figured out in season 2. It's like that's not even important.
Yeah. If you obsess over power, then you're going to be a target. Right. So
right.
So Saria doesn't do that. She doesn't obsess with, but she's got her son there to win things, right? So there's kind of it's too much of an advantage for her,
Not really. I mean, you could argue though, and I think Jaemeel will agree with this, that Jared might be a liability to Sari's game because now people have figured out the Jared Sari. Once Cameron figured that out, it was working for a while, but now I think that America and Cameron and certain people have figured out that the Jared Sari thing is a thing. They didn't hide it well enough. If they had hit it really well, yes, it would work. But now I think the game's up. So they're in trouble.
Afoot.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
So should they separate?
No, they're screwed.
I think there's still a chance you can separate because as long as they don't know you're related, there's still a chance that you can separate and kind of make your own path.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. We'll see.
Well,
we'll see how it goes.
I guess that they've kept this secret for 6 weeks, and the only person who knew was Izzy, and Izzy's gone now. They can potentially.
Not true. Blue
knows. Blue knows this. So, but okay. So I'm trying to understand the dynamics of the house here because Blue and Jared are a thing, but Jared, who else is Jared aligned with now that Cameron doesn't trust him? Corey kind of, but does Corey trust Jared? No.
I don't really.
Corey's with Jag. Jag replaced Jared in Corey's alliance.
Yeah.
Okay, so then who's Jared with other than his mom?
Nobody. That's the whole point.
And Blue?
He was with Cameron, but
not
Cameron
anymore. Not now.
Yeah.
He blew it.
Yeah.
He blew it.
Yeah, he blew it, and Blue blew him.
Is that what happens? Can we corroborate this?
He should have said that he wanted he would agree to Sari going up and then at the last second change his mind.
Yeah,
the fact that he was so stone cold against it, it was warning flags that Cameron was eventually going to put it together.
Yes, or he could have been like, "Nah, I don't know about Suri," or he could have tried to like have a reason to convince Cameron to put somebody else. I'll use it if you put up Bowie Jane or whatever. Maybe not Bowie
Put
Jane.
up Bowie.
Maybe not Bowie Jane, but maybe like America, or if he was able to convince Cameron to put up America, which would have been great for Jared, that or something like that. Would have been great for Jared's game and Suri, because then you can turn the house and get America out of the house, and then boom, you're right back in.
But he could have also said, hold on, you know what? Let me think about it. Talk to Suri. Get Suri to tell Matt, so Matt publicly declares, even though it's a lie, to throw off Cameron, that if the veto is used, he's going to put up Jared next time he gets. Right? You needed to put like a counter threat where you gave a reason why Jared wouldn't want to use it. Right? And I think it would be plausible. Cameron would be like, what the hell is going on? Why is Matt threatening Jared? What's going on with this? Right? And even if it just delays the thought process for like a couple of days, that's all you needed. But the fact that you provided a scenario where it's like, no, I'm not doing it. It's like, wait, these people that you're fine with, you're supposedly fine with Jag, but you're still okay with putting up Jag? What's that math ain't mathin'? What's going on? Right? Why is Suri all of a sudden setting off warning, signals to your brain where you have to shut things down immediately?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I think Suri could even help Jared. It could have even helped Jared during that whole when he won the veto, how best to play it. But it didn't seem like that's how it went. It seemed like Jared's like, no, I got this. And he don't got it. Like that's the thing. It's like I think Jared's more of a liability to Suri's game than an advantage. The advantage was Izzy. Having Izzy on your side was huge.
Still an advantage to have this. Like it would have been more. It would be more of an advantage if Jared was playing better.
Yes, that's the whole point.
But even him playing badly, it's still an advantage, because if he wins power, then he can keep her safe
for a week.
Right.
Suri ain't winning anything. That's the problem. She's not winning anything.
Well, what could be there to supplement that with somebody who can win things?
Suri needed, and she should have been smarter about this. She should have had Jag or certain people like Matt, I guess, really, really, really close to her and knew about the Jared thing or whatever, because she needs players that can win power on her side, because she can't.
Do you think they should have told Corey?
Would have been smart, because then Corey
would have been locked in. Corey would have been locked in. That's the ultimate.
Right. But maybe Suri, does Suri know his brother was on Survivor?
I think she's aware. I think she's aware of it because it was told.
Well, if Suri had trusted Corey with that information, about Jared being her son, maybe she would have been like, you're in the Survivor family, and I can share this information with you. Right?
And then they called the alliance the family.
The family, right?
Oh, Lord.
That's for real, for real.
For real. It's a terrible name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything in the episode else we didn't talk about that happened other than...
No. I think
no,
that's
not really.
Okay.
No, okay.
Who do you want to win? And how do you foresee this week playing out?
Well, it depends who wins, but who do I want to win is Corey.
You want Corey to win, and who does Corey put up?
Corey puts up Jared and Suri.
Okay. Jeff, who do you want to? Don't?
I know who was in the final three. So
okay,
it's
I won't ask that question though.
You know who I wanted to win.
You know who you want. I know you want. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap up this episode to go to spoilers.
Spoilers. Let's talk it. Okay,
spoilers.
Ready? Because we need to know who the next HOH is. I need to know when this wall comp and who the final three were. What are we on here? This is episode 19, right? What are we on? Week 6?
All right.
Spoilers.
Let me
So
see.
the final
Let me
three
get-
were who?
So we're gonna go through who got eliminated. Who do you think got eliminated first?
I
Felicia.
thought
Wrong. Wrong.
If not Felicia,
No.
my
Then
guess would
I-
be McCall.
McCall.
No, Suri. Suri's the first.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Yeah,
What
fuck.
do you mean? We should have known it was
Yeah,
Suri.
Suri's automatic.
Suri.
Yeah, she's
Automatic.
the most obvious after Felicia.
we just talked about why.
And why? She's like, she's not even
She's a
trying to win
lock
that.
for a loss. She's a lock
Yeah.
for a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
yeah, when-
second
And-
person.
and she knows it too. She couldn't even hold down a button for like she can't do anything.
Second person. Second person.
Was then Felicia out next?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Then McCall.
McCall.
Nope.
Okay, who was in the three black women in a row? That's good, I guess. Okay, let's think about this. Who would have went out next?
Matt.
Bowie Jane.
Wasn't Bowie Jane.
Blue.
America.
There you go.
America?
I thought America was like gonna go far in this.
It
She's
was
so
built
light.
for this, right?
Yeah, she's
Yeah, I,
built
Nope.
for it.
I would have thought she would have done better.
You need strong legs, like you do.
Yeah.
You really do.
Disappointing there, America. She didn't
Next
get hit in
is
the nuts with that big thing, like that meatball.
McCall.
Oh, okay.
So it's all women. First four out are all women.
Yeah, and 3 of them
Okay.
black women. Which,
Okay,
so-
then
no,
let me guess.
all
This
of
is
them-
Bowie Jane.
All of them are POCs
Oh,
Right.
because
Well,
America is Latino or Latinx.
all right. Blue.
Next, huh?
Blue.
No,
right, we're gonna stay with the theme.
Bowie Jane.
nope.
No,
Is it a guy?
Corey.
Yes,
Corey.
Corey is out next. Slew of guys now.
Matt.
Nope.
Jag.
Yep. Then next is Matt, leaving 3 behind, which is Bowie, Jane, Blue, and Jared.
Bowie Jane. Below and Jared, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't want Jared to win this.
I think Jared's gonna win it.
Was it? I know that. I know that Jeff wanted Bowie Jane to win because that'd be great.
At least she was on the show. Like, it would be great if Bowie Jane won this. It'd be great for her. Like,
day.
she's like, good day, Jelly. Hi, day.
I will state that Bowie Jane did not win.
I knew
Oh.
it. She was next now,
We
probably.
would actually get some DRs with Bowie Jane. It would be great.
It's like I thought I had it. I was so excited.
Oh no!
So Blue and Jared are the final?
So, okay, I'll tell you the final sequence because there actually is a clip of it. Blue goes down, and then immediately after Blue goes down, Bowie Jane falls. Like she jumps off. It looks like she literally jumped off.
Why would she do that?
I suspect to throw, and she didn't want to be
Who did
HOH.
who threw it? Blue or Bowie Jane?
Oh,
Bowie Jane.
Bowie Jane threw
Bowie
it.
Jane seemingly
Allegedly.
threw it.
Seemingly
She
threw
just
it.
jumped right off.
Jumped right off, giving the win to Jared.
Yeah.
This is like how he won the veto. It was like he was just handed it. Like he didn't even win that really. Like, you know.
It was like, wait, what? this is so dumb.
What is going on? Oh, Jared's HOH again. Third
Yes.
HOH.
Second.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
I was like, what the hell am I looking at? Oh my gosh.
Second HOH in 3 weeks. Okay. Because we've got Cameron Jared.
So
now.
does he? All right. Does he put Cameron up?
Yes.
I don't know. It literally just finished happening. Like the sequence, you know what?
Okay, because my reason why I asked this is because
Do you want to share? Do I want to share screen and you all see the ending sequence?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. Let me.
But like, should he throw up Cameron? I think he's got like this Cameron thing. Okay, he's going to put up Cameron, and then Cameron's going to win veto again, and then Cameron's going to be the next HOH. This is what I predict. And he's
no, but is he going to go after Cameron? Because why should he?
biggest comp threat next to him,
Okay, but
and
the
he was
whole-
going to throw up
the
his
whole-
mom.
The whole house just turned and voted out Izzy.
True.
They have no vendetta against that America, or especially Jared doesn't like America. So I feel like America's going on the block 100%.
America and Cameron, maybe.
It might be that. It might be America and Corey.
Okay.
Could be. Yeah,
So-
like some combination of that. This is not good for Corey at all.
Is it going to allow me to show it?
You can go full screen, like, probably. In there.
Is it showing it full screen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see.
do it.
They're
Okay.
covered in red.
They're covered
Yep.
in red paint. Yeah.
So
okay.
far end is Jared, right?
Yeah.
You have right beside Jared is blue, and then closest to us is Bowie Jane.
Okay. Let's see the instant replay here.
Jared's barely holding on.
They're saying, okay, blue falls. Bowie Jane just lets go. And Jared,
So dumb.
he was about to fall. Bowie Jane should have held on. She would have won.
they made a deal.
They
They were.
had to make a deal?
I think what happened there was that they agreed. Yeah, like he says, I'm going to. Oh my god.
That was stupid on Bowie Jane's part, in my opinion.
Yeah, like they're making a deal there, like the seconds before they all fall, because they're because they're figuring they're gonna fall, and so they're saying, Jared, if you win this week, give me safety, and that's so Bowie Jane is probably safe. If
Okay.
I don't think
maybe-
Jared was coming for Bowie Jane anyway. So
yeah,
it doesn't-
but why? Like Bowie, you do want the responsibility of HOH because then you can control power and fate in the game. Like right now, you're a nobody. You're nothing in the game. You're just a pawn. You at a certain point you should want the power. You can't float the whole game.
yeah, like I don't think anyone's targeting her, even if she won this HOH. Like it's not if she doesn't botch it.
Why can Cameron not go on block?
Because you don't want to give him a chance to play
Veto.
veto automatically.
He still might get picked.
He still might get picked, but it lessens the chances.
Right. And then, then you can potentially,
And then
back
Bowie
door.
Jane wins veto and protects him and keeps him off the block.
Maybe. Yeah, but so that's the thing. Will Jared not nominate him? But okay, so then it's Corey in America or who he nominates outright, probably.
Maybe.
It's a waste of his HOH to go after Cameron, in my opinion.
Sam has some thoughts. Jeff, in the early game, you should not want power of HOH.
This is not the early game anymore.
We're in the mid game.
You should go to sleep for half the game. The McColl strategy.
That's what McCray did, and that worked out so well for McCray. Literally slept for half the season.
Almost worked for him.
It
until
almost
it did.
did.
Until they turned on Amanda. Everyone turned on Amanda, and then they turned on McCray. This is what happened in that season.
This whole
Yeah.
go to sleep thing, like, yes, there's some truth to that, but like you should want power at a certain point to get influence within the house and build an alliance.
You also have to win at the end.
Well, yeah, you need to get to the end, and part of that is laying low. I'm not discounting that idea, but you do I think sprinkling in an HOH or a veto win and using some power is good in the early game. You should get that. He did not go to sleep.
He was wide awake.
Ian was fighting for his life for the second part of the game, really. Right? Even the parts of the beginning, because he was good to be gone, if not for some things happening out.
Ian took out Boogie, that was a big move early in the game.
Yeah, I still need to go back and watch 14 and really understand.
You need to watch 14. 14 is a great season.
I watched the finale. Actually, the first Big Brother episode I really watched was the finale of 14.
Yeah.
So
you need to go back and see that. Was it Dan?
Funeral?
What?
The funeral?
No, even after the dance funeral, that the veto where he convinces Danielle to
take out Shane.
that was great. That was great. And she's like,
yeah.
It's great. Oh my gosh, that cemented my love for Dan. Dan's funeral, sure, that was great. That moment there where he just totally bamboozles Danielle, and it wasn't the first time he did it. He did it repeatedly.
Yeah, she was kind of a gullible player, though.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But yes, it was.
Are we happy with the 7-person jury? Personally, I think I am. I think you have to earn your spot there, and I think it will be better for this finale. Although, And I think it's especially better with this 100-day season, and like you're gonna be like if somebody joined the jury now, it'd be like by the time you get to the finale, it'd be like
It's like you have no information as to what really happened in the house.
you've missed
right?
half the game, so like it's just you know you just have to get through. Why? Oh, I'm being told what season to watch: Big Brother 3, 6, 8, 12, and 13. Okay.
Oh, BB7's good too.
Yeah, BB7. Yeah, All Stars is great.
Right. 7-person jury is better for time management in the finale too. Well, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Where you're like, oh, this person that has not seen anything remotely to the actual end game of this game has an opinion, and we have to hear it. Wow,
And that's a long time to even put any juror in sequester too, right? Like if you're there for like 60 days, so it's just
yeah, you're absolutely right.
60 days in sequester. Can you imagine? Like, or even 40 days in sequester, I think would just be like that would get pretty dull.
They stop cutting their hair and they start putting shoebox slippers on. It'd be great.
Yeah,
Come to the finale.
I've written my manifesto. Here it comes. But they won't let me have pen and paper, so I have to write it on toilet paper.
It's like the rats were my friend for many a week.
Yeah, you just go. I want to see the house guest who goes crazy in jury. That would be fun. Okay, so Jared's HOH. What's the best case scenario, guys, this week with Jared as HOH?
Cerie's like, Jared, leave the room. I'm going to talk to people. And Cerie just literally puppet masters the entire week for him. That's the best case scenario for Jared.
If you're Cerie, what do you want to see Jared do with this? What's the best? Who's the best person to remove right now for Cerie?
Corey, probably
Corey now. So
for me, but I don't know. That's a good question.
So put up Corey in America again. Like
I don't think so. I think that technically you can build a bridge back to Corey.
So
right?
what do you think
Corey
and Jared
Corey is angry because he was not let into information. So so he's hurt. The only reason why he's hurt is because he cares, right? There's no way you're making inroads with Cameron. So Cameron is a lost cause, right? You don't put up Cameron, though. Bowie Jane, right? You put up Bowie Jane, right? Who else? Well, why not America?
Can Cerie and Jared afford to forget about Cameron after this week?
I don't think they should be like. I think that I kind of wish that they didn't win HOH. I kind of wish Blue won HOH, honestly, because I think Blue wouldn't have put up Jared at all. Well, no. Right?
Cerie will stop Jared from making emotional noms. I don't know if Cerie can stop that.
I don't know.
I'm my own man.
I'm my own man. I'm my own dude.
I think they're going to agree with what they're going to do, which is I think they're going to go after Cameron, but I don't think they should.
Right.
I think they should be going after like Jag or Corey or America. Those are the three. Those three players are the most against them now. Mm-hmm. Even more so than Cameron. Like Cameron's against them, but they know that Cameron.
They know where he's at.
They should be looking to back. They should put Cameron on the block first. Hope he wins, and then you backdoor like America or Corey. It's like the reverse.
Then who do you put up next to Cameron initially? Bowie Jane?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's not a strong loyalty there either, right? So
Jane's with Cameron though.
But they made a deal. They just made a deal.
The most emotional noms that Jared could make is put up America and
Corey
and Cameron. No,
American Cameron, I guess. Yeah. Right.
I think that's the most likely scenario.
But it can also be strategic. It's not necessarily a dumb thing for him to do that.
It's pretty dumb.
So B-Bean says Jared and Cerie should make a 3-week deal with Cameron to get Corey out.
That won't happen.
Well, Corey hasn't done anything until like this, getting Izzy out. This one flip is worth like going after Corey now.
Yeah.
Like what else has Corey done?
I don't know. If you know,
other than
Cerie's
Kiss
if you know-
America.
if you know,
If
Cerie's-
they
Cerie's MO from Survivor, when someone like votes against her, they don't last long. She goes after them, so she doesn't often keep them close.
Corey was the person who kind of rallied the troops.
Right. And Izzy knew that going out. She said that Corey is the biggest betrayer of me tonight. And so,
Well, yeah, like why did you let that get out? Like that's the whole thing. Like I want to see who told Jared and like that
Blue.
Oh, but why was Blue
I
told?
believe it's Blue
They were
because of Jag.
Jag trusts Blue, and Matt and Corey trust Jag to a degree.
They
but
should have
Jag-
blindsided. They should have blindsided here because it would have been so much better.
For you, from an entertainment standpoint.
Absolutely, and all that matters is me watching the show.
Right. Guys, can we just have a quick draft update with Izzy out here tonight? I just wanted to have a look because I believe Sean is out of our draft now. Yeah. Okay. So where's Izzy? Izzy drafted at 14th overall in our draft by Sean. And well, no, actually, Sean still has Jag, even though he was evicted 14 days ago, guys. But, how you feeling about Team Amanda, Jeff? Jared and Felicia.
Jared and Felicia. Probably one of them's going to make the final five.
What about my guy Corey?
I don't know. We'll see. He's got to win something.
Yep.
Right. What about Jag?
Stop throwing stuff.
Yeah. Jag again. He's got to win. Like some of these players,
Jag needs to actually have some power.
Yeah, these players need to win. But like you said, like you got to fall asleep. Yeah, that's how you end up on the block when you fall asleep.
Yeah, that's what Felicia was doing.
Yeah, well, Felicia she's one of the players that should fall asleep.
Yeah, and then she'll say things in her sleep.
Yeah, right.
And sing.
Yeah.
Don't trust Cerie. She should just do that one time.
Yeah,
no, Cerie, no.
Don't trust Jared.
Kayak.
Yeah. I'm up Shit's Creek without a paddle. She just started saying that. Okay, then America is the only one Foster has left. Jen has Cameron and Blue. And Jane has Bowie Jane.
Team irrelevant. Team irrelevant.
Team irrelevant is Bowie Jane and McCall.
Yeah,
yes.
Purple Jane.
Team irrelevant. I gotta let her know that. And then Jeff, you got Matt. How do you feel about Matt as a player, Jeff? Like,
not good. I don't think he's doing anything in the house worthwhile.
He's doing stuff with Josh Duhamel.
Right. That's what he's good for is comic relief. That's about it.
And then finally, we have this institution known as the Daryl Jaemeel Alliance, which consists of Luke, Kirsten, and Cerie. Luke and Kirsten.
Third time's a charm.
They've been gone for a while now, but Cerie has been holding on. Do you feel like Cerie's? I don't know. At this point, I know. Well, Jared winning this week is obviously going to get Cerie to next week. So the question is, can Cerie make the jury? Which depends on who has power next, but it won't be Jared after this week. So she'll have to hope that somebody else in her sphere, but this will strengthen Cerie's position once again, no matter what. All right. Well, anything else?
I think that's it. I think that's it. And it's time to talk about.
So Sunday, guys, 10:30. So it's gonna be a late one. If we're able to jump on. If we don't want to skip Sunday, I'm okay too. But that's pretty late. But because we wouldn't even get on until 11:30. So at the earliest. If we want to say, because we already talked about who won the wall comp. So we've seen that basically too.
Oh, but they gotta go and recap all the stuff that happened. When Izzy was getting voted out. I think they'll totally go back and check.
Aren't they gonna get suspicious when they say, "Hey, Jared, look, we see your HOH room," and then there's no pictures of his mother?
Right.
Is that gonna be suspicious? Like 2 times where there's been no shots of his mother.
No, they should just have a picture of Cerie. It would be hilarious because, like, why is Big Brother helping him? Why are they helping his game?
Right, but that they are like by concealing that they're helping him,
Right,
right?
exactly. So they shouldn't be. They should just, and he should have to hide that picture when it's sitting up in the room. Like, what? Want to see my HOH?
He's like, what's that picture
Over.
of?
Yeah, he just runs over.
You don't need to see that picture.
Or if she's just redacted, like there's just like a silhouette where she was. I don't know. Like, see if that plays out because once maybe, but twice. Oh yeah, yeah. I know he already had an HOH room, but so you can get away. Oh, there's no pictures of my mom this time in the HOH room, but if there's no pictures of his mom the second time, what's going on here? And if he wins it a third time, forget it. These geniuses
exactly.
will figure it out. Right.
He's like, my mom left me. Is your mom's Miss Felicia?
Your mom was Felicia? Is she related to Denzel Washington?
That would have been hilarious if like Red was still in the game and puts up Jed and Miss Felicia up. The jig is up. The jig is up. That would have been great.
According to the World Mind, the results of this episode were outrageous and shocking.
Wow. Don't you dare miss it.
Yeah.
Well, it just so happens that we are in a federation.
We are, Jaemeel.
A united federation of podcasts.
Correct.
If I can get to the logo.
We're united.
Yes. So we have a whole list, a whole bevy, a whole cornucopia of quality content that you can easily connect with at ufpodcasts, plural.com.
Plural.
Right?
Don't go to singular. It's a different.
Don't go to Signia. Oh my god.
We got an
Singular.
No, we're
Singular.
many podcasts.
Many podcasts. Yes, including a World Mind's own Hold Up.
Yes.
Hold Up a movie podcast. A movie
I'm
review
be on the
podcast.
season 2 premiere.
Oh, you are. What's the theme? What's the theme?
Space.
The Final Frontier.
Yeah.
With Outland
And Apollo 13 and some Brad Pitt thing.
Ad
Astra.
Ad Astra.
I'm doing the season 1 finale.
You're in the finale.
Yes.
Has it already happened?
Passed.
No.
It passed. Yeah.
Oh, they told me I was going to be on the finale.
Maybe it was a time travel thing because you were in the time travel episode. Maybe it was a finale.
No, I was doing another one though. Maybe it's season 2.
Maybe it's season 2 finale.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm the season 1 premiere.
Special request. I won't forget about KBBL.
We forgot
Davin's forgotten.
KBBL, a Simpsons review podcast. KBBBL, I'm currently on hiatus. Please send all your messages to Davin. Demand the return.
Encore. I think he
was
just
it
needs
Baker?
He needs a new co-host because I think Baker and Francis went on their way for whatever reason.
Baker and Francis.
I think they were like, we're gonna have to talk every Friday for the rest of our lives. So maybe that was it. But.
Yeah, because
speaking of Davin,
an infinite amount of Simpson episodes.
So. Yep. Would he have done the Simpsons movie though?
Maybe. Apparently, he's going to do the X-Men movie over the X-Men movies over on the X-rated channel.
I told him to do the X-Men anime, and he scoffed at the idea.
I don't hate all the X-Men movies, but a lot of them are bad.
I will certainly want to jump on some of them.
Yeah.
Is he going to do Days of Future Past and the Road Cut separately?
I didn't get into that nuance with him about which cuts they were doing.
So what we're alluding to is Davan has X-rated X-Men animated review show with André Myette. André has his own podcast, Graphic Histories podcast, where he does interviews with people in the comic book world, but not just comic book writers and artists. Other artists involved, whether it be actors or regular people like eventually me, if we get a certain amount of views on what podcast? Live Long and Podcast, a Star Trek review podcast, a whole slew of Star Trek themed podcasts, all combined into one wondrous meal that you can consume. Just put in your RSS feed and enjoy. You will never go hungry again when it comes to Star Trek content. Reviews, you have radio theater, you have debate shows like Debate 9. Such a great piece of content you can listen to. Lower Decks had the review show earlier tonight.
We did episode 3. It was called "In the Cradle of Vexilon." It was a very funny episode, and it was a lot of fun. I was on there talking with Chris Murphy and Davan tonight. And I think next week the episode's called "Something Borrowed, Something Green." We're anticipating an Orion wedding. Check it out. Yes,
awesome. Next we have Hellbound podcast, a horror movie podcast with Alex Blackburn and Michael Chan. We have Eamon on Track, Albin Review podcast. Always great.
Amy's gonna be doing one with Davan soon. He's doing the jazz or something, slop jazz or something. I don't know.
Slap jazz, slapping the bass.
Yeah.
Right. And also we have Trivial Debates, the Transformers episode.
Man.
This is going to be a good one, folks. It is going to be. If Jody's hosting, definitely go out of your way to check it out. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very even keel and very rational.
Yes, it'll be good.
Is that it? Did I miss anything?
I think those are all the great programs. Thanks for mentioning all of them and running through them. It's always good to promote the network and the Federation.
So follow us. ufpodcasts.com.
Yes, that's
right.
.com. And well, love one another, everybody.
You want to control the exit? I know you always like to throw a surprise in.
I'll throw it. Well, yeah.
Put that producer's hat on for a second.
Right. Yeah, here we go. We'll see you next time, everybody.
See you next time, everyone.
From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen Boonvez. Love one another. Good night.
That was pretty smooth.
Oh, she wasn't.